For those of
I'm
you
doing
who
that.
know or don't know, Black Achievers Professional Network is the #1 network for Black professionals, not only in the state of Ohio, but nationally. So we are growing at a rapid pace, and thank you for your support in doing that. Today, I'll give you just a quick update about us, and then we have two major programs called the Business Academy and Business Institute, which we're looking for new cohort participants. So if you're interested in that, we will be able to sign you up for next year, 2023. Then we'll go into a breakout room. That'll be right after we do right after that, we'll have a leadership council in the BOLD program. I think Jay is not only himself, but he has a couple other people he's going to pull in. So that'll be exciting. And then we'll also do another breakout room, and then we'll do Gilman Partners. Main Street Ventures is not here tonight, but I'll go over some of the programs that they have, and then we'll get everyone out of here in a breakout room number 3. So we want to make sure everybody is connected on LinkedIn and connected with each other, and then have robust conversations within your breakout rooms, and then connect with each other that way. So a little bit about us is our mission is to connect, educate, and economically empower the African American community. So we started way back in 2018 and became an official 501c3 in 2020. And for those of you who don't know, my name is Michael Moore, and I'm the founder of the organization. And last, I was an IT project manager at Fifth Third Bank when I saw a need for us to have a networking organization for Black professionals. And I've since left the bank, and now we're doing Black Achievers full time. So that is a huge milestone, and God has really blessed me. God has really blessed me to be able to do this work and really to connect our people and connect each other to not only each other, but also to institutions that can help build wealth in our community. So very excited about that. So here's our team and board of directors. You might know some of these people. Carl Satterwhite and Mary Stagaman and Bill Tucker were all very instrumental, along with David and Leandre McFadgen and some of our major donors who helped get this off the ground. And since then, it's just grown tremendously. We're about 5,000 people in Cincinnati now, which is phenomenal. At our last event, it was in person. We had over like 300 and something people show up. It was just an unbelievable experience. And we have about 540 business owners and somewhere around 15 to 20 community partnerships. So our vision is to create a world where more African Americans achieve the American dream. So whatever that means to you, that could be home ownership, that could be owning your own business, that could be climbing the corporate ladder, family-wise, but we want everyone to be able to participate in this amazing country that we have, and that's really our goal and our vision. Like I said, these are some of the photos from our last in-person event. So if you were there, you might want to put that in the chat as well. On our website, we have all the pictures and videos. It was just phenomenal, and we'll get back to that even more so in 2023. But we'll still have some of these Zoom meetings so that people who can't make it out in person can also participate. So it'll be a hybrid model going forward. But the last event was on June 30th. It was, like I said, about 300 people. It was a phenomenal experience. We are setting up chapters nationwide. So if you guys did not know, we are actually doing these in Columbus and Cleveland already. Chicago, Atlanta, and DC will come online for the rest of this month. And the next month, it'll be Houston, Dallas, Detroit, Miami, Philadelphia, and New York City. So we have a model now that we believe can help, the more the merrier, the strength in numbers. So the more people that we have connected in each city, in addition to the more people that we have connected nationally, will just lead to more and more opportunities. So if you're interested in volunteering to start or be a part of a chapter in another city, or someone in another city could volunteer, somebody you went to college with or someone you work with, or if you're relocating, please reach out to us at chapter@blackachievers.com. We would love to have you as part of our network as far as our expansion. And eventually we'll get to 50 cities and we'll have over 1 million members. So that's our 10-year goal. We're working towards that. And Georgette Beeson, who's on the call, will be heading up a lot of these meetings. You guys will meet her in some of the breakout rooms. So she's a new employee that is working with Black Achievers. So we're very excited to have her as well. And I'll let you introduce yourself a little bit later, Georgette, and kind of go from there. I did want to talk real quickly about an alliance that we are forming, and hopefully we can get some other nonprofits to do. It's called the Common Good Alliance. And what we're trying to do with that, and we're a part of this network, is a mission is to create Black wealth through ownership and community. There are 5 pillars, and the pillar that we're participating in is the land pillar, which is building a Black Wall Street. Much like Chuck Patel was talking about earlier, bringing a Black bank is something that Cincinnati has always needed, but we also need a commercial real estate development where it's a place where we can have our culture, our music, our food, all in one area that people, when they come to the city, can experience. So we're working with developers to make that a reality. This is just a small video real quick that I'm going to play that can kind of go through, for those of you who are not familiar, what Black Wall Street was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But this concept needs to be recreated, I believe, in the United States. Again, and I'm just going to play a quick video. So if you can't hear this, Dave, let me know real quick so I can re-share, I guess.
Can't hear it.
Yeah. Didn't think so. So let me see.
People to remember, because there are so many people who have no idea that there were these vital, dynamic places where African Americans were living out their vision of the American dream, aiding opportunity and hope and progress for their communities.
All right, so that's kind of the concept. I mean, you guys are probably familiar with that, but what we've identified in conjunction with some developers is land in Bond Hill where some mixed-use development can take place. So we will be working with several developers and also the city of Cincinnati and Mayor Aftab to make this a reality. There'll be shopping and obviously mixed-use development and apartments and things like that. But if you're interested in learning more about these things, please reach out to me. This is something that we're working to push forward in 2023, and it's a very exciting opportunity. So we need volunteers with expertise in real estate, construction, financing, marketing, small business development, and community building. So if that's something in your wheelhouse, and you'd like to sit in on some meetings, just email me at cga@blackachievers.com, and then we'll reach out and let you know what the cadence is of those meetings. All right, well, that brings us to our very first networking session where you get to network with other individuals and have a dynamic conversation. So we're going to start off with what types of investments would you like to make in the next 3 to 5 years? So this is anything from real estate to Bitcoin to stocks to business. What is your philosophy? What are you thinking? What are you seeing out there? What are some of the things that excite you in investing? Some things that scare you in investing? And just have a robust conversation. So I will turn it over to David, who'll kind of go over the rules of engagement and then get you into breakout rooms. So Dave, are you ready?
I am ready. That's really exciting stuff. Black Wall Street is, I think, so amazing. But anyway, everyone, my name is David Ioha. I'm the VP of Operations. I did want to mention that we are a membership-driven organization. It's a freemium model, so you get access to everything that we have for free. But if you want to support the cause and become a paid member, you're very welcome to do so. One of the big benefits of becoming a paid member is to be part of our leadership team and also support our nationwide growth. So you can always send an email to membership@blackachievers.com if you want more information, or you can just go to the website and become a member there. So you have a lot of options. But to the networking, that's the DNA of Black Achievers. We just feel if you bring people together, good things happen. So that's what we do. We help people connect. And the way it works is I'm going to put everyone into breakout rooms, 4 or 5 people per room. And the objective of the breakout session is to get to know each other, quickly answer the segment question, and then to kind of take things from there. So as Michael mentioned, the topic is what types of investments would you like to make in the next 3 to 5 years? So you have some flexibility, but this is a structure that we suggest. 30 seconds to introduce yourself to each other really quick, and then spend 1 minute answering the question as a conversation starter, and then 1 minute to discuss anything else that you want to. And when the breakout room comes to an end, that's probably the best time to exchange information. And typically LinkedIn is the best way to start. And if everything looks good, talk about maybe a scheduling one-on-one follow-up. A few quick tips: when you go into the breakout room, be sure to unmute yourself. And you can always leave a breakout room for any reason at all. So let me so kind of prepare yourselves. In a few seconds, I'll put everyone into the rooms. Make sure.
Thank you, David, for that. And then after the breakout room is over, I will call on anyone who has their video on, so you can give what your experience was or what you guys talked about, and just let everybody know, who you met and those types of things. If you want to participate, just put your hand up and we'll go ahead and do that as well. David, are you ready?
I was, but a few people were just joining, so let me quickly reset. Take a second.
Good problems to have.
Okay, one more person is joining, and then I will send everyone into it. Okay, here we go.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm gonna kind of go around the room. I know, so my buddy Milton. How'd it go in there, Milton? Who'd you talk
it went great. It went great until Todd had to leave, but
Todd got booted, man. Go ahead. What'd you guys talk about?
Pretty much talked about everything that we were looking to invest in, just pretty much being an overall community. Okay. That's what we want to invest in, pretty much what is in real estate, whether it's just building up our community. That's what we're all looking to get more into and grow our businesses.
Great. Glad to hear that. Todd, I know you got cut off. What were you cut off saying? Say something.
I didn't get a chance to. I was going to mention in the first group and then the second group. But the Community Reinvestment Act, that's one of the acts that we're looking at in terms of uplifting low to middle income families and communities within our Ohio Mayor's Alliance. It's one of the endeavors that I'm going to start really touting in terms of utilizing that act. CRA, and then tapping into banks, obviously, and other funders, government agencies, HUD, et cetera. So anyway, I think that's one way that I can, quote unquote, give back. We all can give back in terms of helping out the marginalized communities.
Love it, man. Make sure you put your LinkedIn in the chat.
Yeah, I did already.
Oh, you did? Okay, so we can make sure we all do that. Yeah. And we'll go from there. Damon Naylor, how are you, sir? How did conversation go in there?
Great. Yeah, I was in the same room with Milton, and so was able to meet some great and wonderful people. Of course, as we stated, Todd left there. But yes, we talked about investing in business, like you said, the community, and as well as real estate. But it was a really good group, and I'm glad to be here. Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. And then we got Ronald Williams. You in a different room? I can't have the same room every time. All right. You're in a different one. Tell us what happened in your room.
We talked about Laura Carter was I call her an expert on cryptocurrency and investing in real estate using those forms of investment, gold or stocks. It was very interesting.
All right, great. Make sure we connect with you as well. I did want to give a few seconds here for Georgette. I see a different name on it. Is it still Beeson, Georgette?
Yes, Beeson is my last name.
Okay. Yeah, so so Georgette is coming to join us to host these calls. And Georgette, you just want to introduce yourself to everyone?
Yes, hello everyone. Again, my name is Georgette. It's a pleasure to meet you all virtually. So I have a small business in which I basically help startup businesses with branding and marketing. My expertise is in the area of social media, advertising, and content creation. So that's what I love to do for small businesses, is get them out there on social media. Creation. So that's what I love to do for small businesses. I really enjoyed social media. I don't know. Can you hear the echo?
Yeah, there's an echo now. Yeah. I thought you had a sister or something.
Can you hear? I don't know what that is.
I think somebody's not muted.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Okay,
I'm going to mute all, and then Georgette, just unmute yourself, okay? Let's try that.
Okay, I think that's better. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, so we had a great time in our group. I got to meet some really great people and we all have similar interests. So I met some people who are into PR, public relations, and then I met some people who are interested in angel investing and helping small business owners. And it was just a wonderful experience. Most of the people in my group are in the area of finance or in the area of public relations and recruiting. And it was just really cool to meet all of these different people who have really amazing backgrounds. And we had a wonderful time. We ran out of time. We were having such a good time, but it was so useful to meet such amazing people. And I wish I could, I will be talking to them more because we have everyone's link in the
Yes, that's
chat.
right.
So
Yep.
that
And
was
we
great.
can save that too. Well, thank you for that, Georgette.
Thank you.
Who else is on here? I see, I can't even pronounce Barnardin. Baynardm.
Oh, it's Dana. Sorry, I'm Dana Harley. I need to change my Zoom name. It's just with my company. So yeah, I was in a chat with Kenneth and Racha and Carissa and one more person. I'm trying to, I don't see their name right now. And so we all have similar interests around investing in real estate. So we had a really good conversation just about what we were thinking about doing. We're sort of all at different stages of our planning process. So it was just really exciting.
All right. Well, I'm glad you can connect. Make sure you guys share your LinkedIn, and this is the place where you can get coffee or meet up with people as well. Thanks for that feedback. Clara, how are you, Clara?
Yeah, hi, doing great. I'm actually excited I finally made this because it feels like I've been trying for the past year to come to one of these and things never really lined up. So I was very excited.
Okay.
Yeah, so we talked a little about investing in real estate, which is kind of what I'm interested in the next couple of years. But we also talked about what we do. I have a small agency that does digital marketing, communications, and strategic communication. So we talked a little bit about that and hit a theme that I think one of my co-participants is trying to study a business. She's working on a business plan. So we talked about the SBA being a great resource in terms of helping with mentors and business development. And it was just an idea, but I know there are other organizations there that are really geared towards like people that help. So,
yeah, well, thank you very much for that feedback. We're gonna kind of move on to our next segment so we can get some of our sponsors in, and then we'll do another breakout room, and then I'll call on some different individuals to give their feedback on what they experienced. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Thank you guys for the amazing conversation, and see if I can move on to a few things about us real quick. So our Black Achievers Business Academy, for a lot of you guys are business owners, we like to highlight our latest graduates that you see here. Everyone here graduated in 2022, and then David is the instructor, so he does an amazing job. We love you guys to support these their businesses. So we have a business directory, and we'll be sending out links to that directory through our newsletter. So please, when you have a need for products or services, use other Black Achiever members. Mr. Ken Best is on here, of course, so we'll talk to him a little bit later, and you find out what he's up to, and it's just a great experience for you guys to go through. So our Business Academy will be January through March of 2023. So we've already done 2022. But if you're interested, it's usually 5 to 10 business owners. It's an 8-week curriculum. We meet on Thursdays between 7 to 9 via Zoom, and maybe Wednesdays. It just kind of depends on what the group wants. And then you get to meet advisors, mentors, investors, learn from experts and network. If you're interested in being on the list for that for next year, please email academy@blackachievers.com. We also have a Business Acquisition Institute where you learn about mergers and acquisitions. These are our graduates from 2022. Tiffany on here as well. Congratulations to that, and great, thanks for participating. The Institute teaches basically the ability to purchase a company and to network with other individuals to do that. And we'll have that next cohort will be coming up in January to February as well. It gives you access to education, capital, partners, deal flow, etc. And if you're interested in that 8-week course, it's free to attend. You just email us at institute@blackachievers.com, and then we will get back in touch with you with more details. All right, come to our first sponsor, Mr. Jay Schatz with the Leadership Council. They offer the BOLD program, which Dave's gonna go ahead and turn it over to him, and I'm gonna stop sharing and let Jay share. Jay, take it away. Is he still on?
Good evening. Yes, I am. Let's turn my camera on. It's too late in the day. It's a long day. Thanks so much, Michael, and congratulations on your success. We've been partners since the beginning, and to hear you every time we get on a call and talk about the expansion is very exciting. And as you and I have spoken about, we see BOLD, which stands for Board Orientation and Leadership Development, really in some ways as an extension of Black Wall Street, as a way to bring your talent and your entrepreneurial spirit to nonprofits that desperately need it. It's also another way to build networks and build contacts. We know Cincinnati is a big, small city, and so it's a great way to kind of crack some of the barriers that exist here, and a great way to very comfortably, easily meet new business contacts. And so our best salespeople are our graduates, and Black Achievers is filled with BOLD graduates, and we're very proud of that fact. Our upcoming class of around 30 people already has 5 Black Achievers members who are going to be joining us. And so in a moment, I'm going to ask some of our grads who are members here to talk about BOLD. But here's the nutshell. We are a 6-week, mostly virtual leadership training program in which you will end the program as a certified nonprofit board leader. That's the end goal. And then we also help match you, if you want help being matched, with a nonprofit. The Leadership Council has about 250 nonprofits that are our members. We have an inside track on board openings to make those connections, to get you engaged. And one of the things that is most important to us is to continue to push to diversify nonprofit boards in Cincinnati. We still have a lot of work to do, but we're making progress in that. And the BOLD program has an internal goal of making sure 50% of every class that we, cohort we put together, identifies as being with the BIPOC community. So again, a lot of our grads are BOLD students. Tiffany Davidson, who you've heard referenced to, must be very busy taking all sorts of courses, plus her day job. Tiffany, if you're still there, I'd love for you to talk about your experience at BOLD and why that was meaningful for you.
I am here. Thank you so much, Jay. I appreciate that. You know, being a part of BOLD really did enlighten me. I've served on several different boards, from nonprofit to for-profit to academia. And one of the things I really liked about the training is it prepares you for serving on a board. What is your job? What is not your job? What should you be doing? And how should you be doing it? How to be a voice for the organization by building out its story and its messaging. There's so much I wish I had learned from BOLD earlier on, but yet it's still preparing me for my next level. I've served on boards from organizations with over 300,000 members to institutions with 20,000 students. And I've also served on academia as an employee. And what I can say is a board is so critical because it helps you find the direction of the entire entity, and it sets the course, and it sets the objectives and goals of where you're headed. And it helps to support the CEO or director of that nonprofit or for-profit board. Now, what I can say about BOLD is it prepares you for all board service. It's not just for nonprofits. It might have a few different rules and different aspects, but it prepared me so much more to serve in any capacity on all the boards throughout the city of Cincinnati. And I absolutely adore my city, and I love serving in all capacities, but being a board member gives you that empowerment, and it helps you understand how you're making a difference and in what way to do that. without it being overwhelming, because some boards can be a lot. I will say that they can be like a full-time job, but once you have that training, it helps you to figure out how it is you can have a greater impact in the community. And I absolutely love my board training, and I love the connections that we have made there. I can keep going. You guys know I love to talk about BOLD, but I'll keep it short because I see that look in Jay's eye, that little glistening that happens when he's like, that's enough, Tiffany.
I see Michael in the corner of my eye, you see me, so it's the circle of schedule. But I appreciate that, Tiffany, and the thing you talked about, your passion. You know, we all have different passions, different things that we want to do to make our community a better place to live, and that's what BOLD really focuses on. Is we listen to you. What is your passion? What are the areas you want to get into? And that brings me to Ronald Williams, another Black Achievers member who is a BOLD grad, who actually started a fantastic nonprofit, Arms Around Media. And Ronald, I'm going to do a plug for some of the great work you're doing to help disadvantaged youth and youth artists. But what did you take away from BOLD that you can share?
It was a great organization. Learned a lot about leadership, mission, and vision, and networking and strategic partnerships. And I'm still learning from Bo. I joined the Leadership Circle, and it's a great another program within Alabo that I'm learned a lot about connections and fundraising. A lot of things about nonprofits. Working in the nonprofit area.
Well, thank you for that. And I'm going to put in the chat, because of the work you're doing on the front lines, helping young people, disadvantaged artists, which is really cool and exciting. You've got an art gallery open. So when I'm done talking and I can type, I'm going to put the info, but that's coming up October 15th. And so thank you for sharing your passion with us. And I think it's also great. Rosemary, I'm going to put you on the spot. I see you in the chat. Rosemary Oglesby, are you still here?
Yeah, we got a celebrity. We got Rosemary.
We got a celebrity. Rosemary is one of our instructors. She leads one of our sessions on being a great board member and having her involved. I don't know if you're able to chat. You and I didn't talk about this beforehand, but having your perspective is also indicative of the fact that we're not just bringing in people from like the YMCA or the Free Store Food Bank or the really big nonprofits. We bring a diverse collection of voices, because your board experience is going to change dramatically from that. So Rosemary, you're off the hook, because I got to keep it moving. So we have a cohort coming up. The deadline is the end of next week to sign up. Like I said, we already have 5 Black Achiever members who are enrolled in that course. We have a special rate for Black Achievers members of $250. We also have a good number of scholarships available if that is a burden for you at this time. And so when I'm done talking, I'm going to put in all this information in the chat. BeBoldCincy.org. BeBoldCincy.org. Very simple. And registration open for this cohort. And then we have 4 cohorts all throughout 2023. So Michael, did I finish on time?
Man, you nailed it, brother. I mean, you're like a minute early.
Okay. Well, just give us the credit on our next invoice. Just credit us for a minute. Okay.
Hey, we appreciate your support. We've been great partners with BOLD. BOLD is amazing. Yeah. Thank you, Jay.
Thanks.
I look forward to continuing the partnership into 2023.
It's great.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen one more time, guys, and then we're going to do a breakout. I think we're doing another breakout room now. So, yep. Is it career oriented? Yep. Make sure I'm on the right place. Yes, I am. So we're jumping right back into networking. So we're going to talk career. So what are your career goals, and what do you want to accomplish in the next 3 to 5 years? That could be anything from position, title, income range. Could be that your new career is a business. Could be that you want to climb the corporate ladder. If you have expertise in that area, you're in HR, or you understand how things work at these places, I think you should discuss that. If you have tips on how to help others navigate their career based on the experiences that you had, maybe it's salary negotiations or just the ability to make sure you find the right fit. We'd love you to have conversations around that. And all of it is coupled in the concept of how are you going to create long-term wealth for you and your family based on the career or job that you've chosen, and how you can maximize that so that you can, obviously achieve the American dream, which is the goal of Black Achievers. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to David, and you can go ahead and run through the instructions. And then when we come back, I'll call on individuals who are in those rooms to kind of give us what they talked about. So Mr. David. No, I didn't lose Dave. Dave, you there?
And we're gonna do all of this in 12 minutes. Oh, that is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm muted. So yeah, well, yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, this is really exciting stuff, and I would highly recommend Bold. Just at least take a look at it. Talk to Jay if you have any questions, because that really gives you some good connections. Okay, so I'm going to send you into your breakout rooms in a few seconds. The suggested format that we have is spend the first 30 seconds quickly introducing yourselves to each other. Spend 1 minute each to answer the question, and then spend 1 minute to discuss connection opportunities or anything else you want. And when it comes to an end, that's usually takes about a minute before you get pushed out of the breakout room. You can exchange information there, like your LinkedIn or whatever else you want. A few tips: be sure to unmute yourself when you get into the breakout room, and you can always leave the breakout room for any reason. So give me a couple seconds, and I'll push everyone into the breakout rooms.
Sorry, I was late. I had another engagement, but I just had a great conversation with 4 very talented ladies. This is a good forum. Thank you guys for hosting this. And sorry I'm late.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Michael, Nicole Sims is here.
Where?
That's my girl.
Hey, Nicole Sims, how are you?
She recruited me to Black Achievers before she came on the Black Achievers.
Isn't that funny? Hey, Nicole, how'd it go in there? Give us a little feedback.
It went really well. That was kind of my space, because I'm in the HR space. I was a recruiter for 22 years, and now I'm in career consulting and recruiting consulting and career coaching. So we talked about what was next, and then we talked about having a strategic plan to get to where we want to go. And also even from a financial standpoint. In one case, one of the ladies said that she might have to take a little step back because she wants to go into an HBCU. So that's going to look different in terms of finances and so forth. And then Nicole, a friend of mine, another Nicole, she knows what she wants to do next as well. And she tailored her resume so that people can find her, so that for those opportunities that she's looking for. So we talked about quite a few things in there.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much. And I see Jalea. I haven't seen Jalea in a long time. How are you, Jalea?
Hi, I know I've been hiding at home. I didn't get to make it out to see lovely people. But yeah, it's a great call as usual. I had an opportunity to meet a number of folks. We had a great conversation about our children and essentially making sure to pass on to them. A number of us in the breakout were in different businesses, and just the importance of wanting to teach our children early about business ownership, and also about education and how you can use that to your advantage as well.
Okay, well, thank you for that feedback. That's great. I see a Columbus guy on a Cincinnati call. Manny Larcher's here. Is that Manny?
What's going on? Yes, I wanted to hop on. How you doing?
I appreciate it. What'd you talk about in there? You in Miami or Columbus or Cincinnati? Where are you at?
I'm in Miami. Yep, I'm in Miami.
I'll
be back in. I'll be back in Cleveland on Monday, and then there's an event on Columbus on Tuesday with the Tech Life people that I'll be at. There's an event November 4th that I'm doing with Chase, which is all about helping Black founders and disabled founders and women as well. So we should chat about that, because that's a big one.
Okay.
Chase is going to start investing at the same level of Jobs Ohio is in the state of Ohio.
Nice.
So that they want to get the right people at the table to make sure it's equitable.
Okay, well, make sure you share that information not only in the chat, but with me, maybe via email. I can send it out to like the event.
Yeah, it's not public yet. It will be. It's actually invite only. So that's the thing. It's going to be a private event. So I'm just kind of letting y'all know, if you want to come. It's November 4th in Columbus. Reach out to me. I'll reach out to you or Ken for sure. But it's going to be November 4th from 3 to 9 p.m. in Columbus.
Thank you, sir.
And yeah, so like I would love, you should be there, honestly, period.
Yes,
like
for
it's
sure.
not even a question. Yeah, you should definitely be there. But yeah.
Count me in. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I'm gonna move.
A quick thing while Mike's going through stuff, put your LinkedIn link in the chat, and you can always save the chat. That's the easiest way instead of copying and pasting. Bottom right corner, there's 3 dots. You click on it and you say save chat. So I just want to mention that.
Okay. And then I see my Miss Sec. I remember you in person. Is it how you pronounce your first name?
Ma'am.
Ma'am. Hey, Ma'am Sec. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you again.
Again,
This is
yeah.
my
See you
second time.
again. I met you before. Yeah. So how did it go in there? What did you guys talk about?
It went great. I met with Angel and Todd, and seems like we have great commonalities about our future. Traveling is one thing, and then being leaders, in our community, helping, serving, being CEOs. Those are things that we discussed, and we're looking forward to achieve those goals.
Okay, sounds great. Sounds great.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, we are going to turn it over. We're not even going to go to the next page because Angel Beats is so amazing. So we're just going to turn it over to Angel because we have her as a sponsor of Gilman Partners. Dave, if you can make her co-host, I guess.
I am.
Go ahead, Angel. You have it all yours.
Thanks, Michael. And hey, the fact that I have slides, I promise, does not mean I'm talking too long. I just wanted to have a few things for you all to look at. But I'm Angel Beats. I'm one of the co-managing partners of Gilman Partners. We're an executive search firm. We also do talent development. So essentially, we are placing executive leaders in the Cincinnati market, Dayton, Lexington, Louisville, Columbus, typically leaders who are in the top third to top half of the organizational chart. So a lot of senior leaders. And when Michael came to us 2 years ago and asked Gilman Partners to sponsor, we were a quick yes, because we really believe in the work that he is doing, the community that you are all building, and we want to see more Black leaders and people of color in executive leadership positions. And that's why we're a sponsor of Black Achievers. I want to share just a few things tonight. You will see every month on LinkedIn, on Facebook, a graphic that has some of the jobs that we are searching for, but you're welcome to come to our website, gilmanpartners.com, and look at all of the jobs that we have open at the moment. So if you find one that looks like a good fit for you, go ahead and apply, and you're welcome to drop me a message and tell me that you applied as well. Our recruiters are really good at noticing all the applications, but it can't hurt for me to, make a little extra noise there and make sure they see your application. So please do look at our opportunities and apply for some of those. I wanted to talk really quickly about something that we're seeing more and more in the talent market, and that is this idea of soft skills. And I don't always love the name soft skills, but I do think that they're becoming more and more critical. I don't love the term soft because I think they imply that these are not critical skills in business, but we're seeing more and more that executive leaders, CEOs, C-suite leaders, and others really need to have these social skills that are so important in business. Well, I skipped this real quickly, but what I want to note here is that Harvard Business Review just came out with an article this summer that said that when we look at job descriptions, we're seeing fewer and fewer references to financial skills, strategic skills. They're still very important for leaders to have, but we're seeing more references to strong social skills. And that has to do with things like self-awareness, your ability to listen and communicate, your ability to work with different kinds of people and groups, and the ability to understand how others are thinking and feeling. And so this is a really quick graphic. What this essentially shows is the number of job descriptions for CEOs that talked about managing financial resources. That's the blue line that's going down versus the green line going up, talking about the number of job descriptions that talk about social skills. And so we know those are really rising in terms of what employers are looking for. So what does that mean for those of you who might be looking for a job? It is really important on your resume to mention soft skills, social skills. We're all taught that we should have bullet points on our resume that talk about numerical successes, showing value that we've contributed in our organizations. But part of that can talk about the social skills you've brought to the situation, your ability to manage various groups of people, your ability to bring two sides together and find a resolution to conflict. Those are things that employers are looking for. When you show up in an interview, of course, you're bringing your strongest listening and communication skills, and then having examples of soft skills or social skills. So if employers ask you, tell us about a time that you were able to bring two groups of people together, or tell us about a time where there was conflict in your office and you were able to help manage it. Having lots of examples of those social skills will go a long way. And then lastly, what does this mean for employers? You know, we're always telling employers to be mindful of these social skills in the interview process, but really try to get candidates outside of a traditional interview. Go for a walk, go out to lunch. The things you learn with the candidate outside of the office can be really valuable. And then lastly, really think about asking them for those examples of previous behaviors. Don't just ask what they've accomplished. Ask more strategic questions that will show you if the individual has these social skills that are so critical. So again, I encourage you to come to our website, gilmanpartners.com, see what jobs we have available. We also, I will share, run a leadership development program. That's what I do for Gilman Partners. It's called GP Elevate. We run 3 cohorts a year, and we're taking executive leaders and high potential leaders and preparing them for executive leadership. And so Michael has been a participant in the past. He's certainly an executive leader. We loved having him as part of a cohort last year, and we welcome the rest of you to visit our page and our website too, GP Elevate, and learn more about our program. But with that, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak with all of you. I love the breakouts, love the community you've built, Michael and David and the rest of your team. Thank you.
Thank you, Angel. And Angel's a GP Elevate. I highly recommend it. So it is an amazing experience, full of expert speakers, and really gives you that executive presence and things that you thought you knew that you need to learn. I mean, it's just a phenomenal program. So anyone who is thinking about furthering their career and wants to talk to me, please reach out to me, and I can give you kind of a synopsis of how they do things and get you an introduction to Angel and try to get you into that program. So Angel, thank you for your sponsorship and your partnership, and it's been phenomenal.
Likewise, thank you.
All right. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get into our last breakout room of the evening and then get you guys in one more conversation. So I'm gonna share my screen and give you the question, and then you'll talk to a new group of people. It'll be an amazing opportunity. Before we do that, we do have one sponsor is not here, which is Main Street Ventures. If you do have a small business, they offer grants ranging from $5,000 to $30,000. And they have a Launch It, grant funding, and education. If you go to their website at mainstreetventures.org, you can learn more information about it and apply. If you do apply, I'd be happy to talk with you about giving you a reference as a Black Achievers member to help give you more visibility on your grant application, because they're a big sponsor of Black Achievers and want to support our members. So that's always an option. The last breakout room of the evening, and then after that, we'll do our final conversation, is what are your most pressing financial concerns? Is it around home ownership, college education? We hear a lot about college debt, maybe this $20,000 debt reduction that Biden has put through, and some conversation around, how you plan to apply for that. Retirement is always something that's big. Anything that's related to things that are stressing you out about your financial future, if it's job loss or anything around your career, have those conversations as well. Or if it's just about you moving into a different direction financially. So if you have those conversations, it'd be great. I'm gonna turn it over to David. You can go ahead and go through and get everyone into the correct rooms.
Okay, yes, I'm not muted. I just have to check these days. Okay, and just a quick thing about Main Street Ventures, which is really nice, is they're equity free, which means if you apply and you get funding, you don't have to give up any part of your business. And they're really focused on businesses in Cincinnati, Ohio. So it's just worth taking a look at them. Okay, so let me create the breakout rooms now, and just again, 30 seconds, introduce yourself, 1 minute to answer the question, 1 minute to discuss anything else you want to do, and then basically have a nice conversation. 2 tips: be sure to unmute yourself, and you can always leave a breakout room for any reason. Okay, so let me push everyone in. Give me a couple seconds.
If you're running for office, Dr.
Yeah, I was just saying, you still running for office? Yeah, tell us about that a little bit. Give us a minute of that.
I am. So for anybody who is living in Butler County, my district covers all of Butler County and half of Hamilton County. So from North College Hill North. So that includes like Lincoln Heights, Lockland, Fairfield. I'm sorry, Hamilton County. It includes Fairfield too, but all of Butler County. But Forest Park, Coleraine Township, Mount Healthy. Let's see, Hollydale, Finneytown, and the entire west side of Hamilton County. So like White Oak, Northgate area, Groesbeck, Harrison, Ohio, but it also includes Woodlawn, Glendale, Northgate area, Springdale, Springfield Township, Pleasant Run Farms. All of those places are in the district, and everywhere in between. Cheviot.
Okay. Well,
So
congratulations on
if
running.
if you live in any of those areas, I'd love to have your vote. We also need volunteers. So enochforcongress.com.
Okay, put that in the chat for us, and we'll share that out too to our group, the whole group.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so put that in. We'll make sure we share that out.
Let us
You.
know when you have the signs ready. We'll start putting them out in the community.
Okay.
I've got signs out there already, but I got signs with my face on it for
Nice.
our communities, and those come in tomorrow. So if y'all want to sign, y'all can go to enochforcongress.com. If y'all want to volunteer, y'all can go to enochforcongress.com. If you want to donate, you can go to enochforcongress.com.
Great.
If you want to complain about your legislators, go to enochforcongress.com.
Okay.
Vanessa,
Well,
I
thank you
saw
so
your
much.
signs today. It's funny you say that. Seeing you on here, I was driving through. Actually, it was Woodlawn, and I saw your signs, and I'm like, oh, Vanessa.
Awesome. That's great.
That
we
is
definitely support you. Okay, yeah, make sure, I don't think Dave or somebody put that in the chat so everybody can have it.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll send that out. And then we had the last breakout room. Was it anybody I didn't get to before we get out of here? Damon, did you go? Damon Miller, you already talked about it. Nicole, so out of this breakout room, Nicole, this is a different topic. You guys have a different conversation, different group of people? You're on mute.
Me or Nicole? Oh, I guess me.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Aware too. So, yes, we talked. It was Monique and Damon and I. We talked a lot about just bringing in business, having that balance. I started a new business. I don't want to be overwhelmed like I was in my corporate role, but I do want to be active. And we talked to Damon in particular. He's got a whole library of online courses. Both Monique and I are interested in putting together online courses. So we talked a little bit about that, what that's been like for him, what platforms he's using and things along those lines. So just having that steady business coming in was the bottom line there.
Great. Well, thank you for that feedback and wonderful insight. And I see Mar Barnett. Girl, I ain't seen you since the very beginning. How are you? There's an OG
I'm good.
here from the
How
very
are
first
you?
event.
Yeah, it's Mary.
Mary, I'm sorry.
I know my name is, we've been going through that for a long time, so it's okay. I understand.
How was the conversation, Mary?
The conversations were great as always. I mean, the networking is always what I love coming for. So and I've got some people that I've talked to afterwards, but even if I don't get to talk to them afterwards, I know when we have another meeting that I'll get to network with some more people. So it's always a good thing.
Great. Well, thanks for that. Have a great evening, Mary.
You too. Thanks.
Robin. Hey, Robin. You're on mute. What'd you guys talk about in there, Robin?
We talked about the last breakout. We introduced ourselves. We also just more or less talked about what we want to do. If we had any issues, pressing issues that we were concerned about, like retirement, whatever. Mine was retirement and financial legacy, leaving a financial legacy for my children and my grandchildren, and what that looked like in the future. Had a nice group of people in all three of the breakout. So it was really good. And I'm glad to be here because I've missed several of them. And I know I emailed you like, Mike, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I was able to come get on board, get on this one. So it
Well,
was
thank
really
you.
interesting. Made some contacts. So it was really good.
All right. Well, thank you for that feedback. And I'm glad you were able to make it.
Yeah.
I see my man Brendan down here. He must have been working out all day. What's up, Brendan?
Hey, what's going on? Sorry. I've
Yeah,
been
no
cleaning all
problem.
night.
How'd it go in there?
Oh, it went great. Definitely went great. Connected with a whole lot of people. Yeah, definitely got a lot of information about the things that I can do to move forward in my personal business, and a lot of people that I can connect with if I needed any type of marketing, any type of grants, anything like that. Sorry, I took a lot of notes. I'm trying to go through them, but yeah, essentially I made a lot of good connections, a lot of information. I was able to share with people how I feel about passing on my legacy with my business and things like that to other people, and it was definitely a good time.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. We appreciate you being here. And I see
you.
The last two here. I got Dr. Monique Johnson. You were in a room, right? How'd it go in there? Or what did you guys talk about?
Well, I was in the room with Nicole, so basically
that's
what
okay.
she said.
No, what she said.
Let's see. Yeah, we just talked about our goals as far as being entrepreneurs, and Damon had some good insight as far as course creation and having an academy online, course academy. So we think we can learn some things from him. But yeah, it was mostly, retirement and just having, the consistent income, mostly pretty comfortable, the three of us, I would say, but, just want to be a little more consistent with our revenue, or at least for me, I want to be a little more consistent.
Amen. All right, well, we're wrapping up today. I'm going to share one more thing so I can come through, and then we'll let you guys go, and we'll send out for our next event. I did want to just share about our leadership team and things that you guys can do. So we will be spinning up our leadership team in 2023 again. It went on hold for COVID, but if you guys are interested, basically you work with about 12 to 15 volunteers to help us to host our events and do things of that. So that'll be starting back up in January. Then also when you become a member, you can mentor, we have access to HR professionals. You can also promote your business. Our business directory, which Dave, you can put in the chat, is free for you guys to put your information in the business directory. And then we send that out in our newsletter and we promote that. And that's a good way to get your name out there and your business out there. And then also be spotlighted at networking events. So we will make sure that we highlight you on these events where you can speak and tell people about your business. And then also like virtual roundtables and things like that. So that brings us to the end. I want to say thanks for everyone for coming, and everybody had a great time. Make sure, Dave, you want to tell them about saving the chat one more time? And then
yes, it's just the you can just copy it if you want, or there's 3 dots at the bottom right of your chat. You'll see like a smiley face, and to the right of it you'll see 3 dots. If you click on that, you'll see an option to save the chat. You can do that. In the worst case, if you're having problems, just send me an email. I'll give you my email. There you go.
Great, and then he can get that information out to you. This video will be online, and we'll post it on our social media, and then you can share it out with our friends and get as many people excited about this as possible. And then also you can network with everyone. So I want to say good evening. Thanks everyone. We're signing off. You guys have a great rest of your day. Appreciate it.
My
Right,
expo.
thanks,
Awesome
everyone.
event, y'all. Awesome
All right,
event.
thanks everybody.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
I want
See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you.
Bye-bye.
Amazing.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Great, thank
Go
you.
Bengals.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Yeah, go Bengals. Did they
Go
win?
Bengals.
Did they win
That's
at all?
right.
They winning?
That's right. I don't know.
Yeah, the Bengals are winning 7-3.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Awesome.
good.
Okay.
All right, who day?
Hey, who that?
Yeah,
if no one's
buddy.
busy on October 9th, y'all all invited to my expo.
Okay, do that. Put
Okay,
that.
James. All
What's
right.
the name of it, James?
It's called the Trey Unlimited Beauty in the Beard Hair and Health Expo, October 9th at the Old Celebrities. It's the Don Community School. You could go on MidwestBNBExpo.com to get any more information you need. Y'all my guests. Come and rock with me.
Okay, sounds good, bro. You got a Facebook out there too?
Send that to David.
Trey
so they can
Unlimited
share
TV.
it.
Okay. All right. We'll try to look it up for you, bro.
Bet.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. See you, everybody.
All right, y'all.
See you.
God bless. Be safe.
God bless.
God bless.
Yep.